So let's begin as we usually do, just by finding a seat, sitting tall, closing the eyes. Just take a moment to be with whatever it is that you're experiencing or feeling. I just was counseling some students on Zoom, and I can still feel the residual of that work in my body. So this is what I'm talking about. Again, I'm beginning to try and describe more of what I mean to hopefully give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So I can kind of feel a little bit of anxiety, anxiousness, tension there in my body. It's nothing too bad or too serious, but definitely doing that kind of work with students one-on-one, it can make you feel somewhat tense or anxious. So I'm feeling that in my body. Now again, I think a lot of people believe that, okay, so I need to try and get rid of that. But I think that that's a huge mistake. So again, what I teach, what I've learned from my teachers and from yoga, much better to just acknowledge it, to let it be there, that discomfort. No one likes to feel anxious. No one likes to feel tense. That's a given. But what we find is when we resist what is, which is I already feel it, then I'm actually going to propagate that. I'm actually going to keep it around longer. I'm actually going to give it strength. So even just speaking about it now, just allowing it's already leaving. I was busy setting up the studio to do this class between the sessions. So I finished this counseling session and then I very quickly tried to set everything up. So I didn't have a moment to really be with that until just now. And so just being with that has already allowed it to, you might say, release and dissipate. Now, I don't want you to think that it's always that way where things immediately go away. It depends on how much energy or charge there was. So sometimes it can take weeks, months, years, or even decades. If something is really strong and deep, then we may have to be with it. But this is really the approach that I'm trying to teach you with the class. With each posture, can we just be with what is? Not coming out of the pose, not changing it so that we like it better, but just being with the sensations that the posture elicits. Some poses we like, some poses we don't like. And what this does is it trains us to begin to just be present with what is in our body. All the problems for us as human beings is in here. It's how we feel. And we feel things in here. So you might say from our throat all the way down to our belly. And so it's these sensations that cause conflicts and problems. Sometimes we know I shouldn't be upset, and yet we feel it in our body. So again, this is why I bring so much emphasis and attention to what are we feeling here. All right, let's begin breathing now. Breathing, very, very powerful. It often can also change how we feel. So inhaling into the belly first, the ribs, the upper chest, and as we exhale, we reverse that. So definitely for me, again, just reporting on my experience, it feels good to breathe deeply. I probably, in that session in between setting up finishing a session and setting up the class, I probably didn't have very much time to breathe deeply, to really feel what I'm feeling. So doing that feels really good. Some people, if they're afraid of what they feel, it may not feel good. So again, I don't want you to think that the way I feel is how you're supposed to feel. So just taking some deep breaths, again, seeing how that interacts with what we're feeling. Again, you're at work, maybe you're stressed out about a project. Maybe you're having difficulty with someone you work with. This can create those kinds of tensions. So as we take some deep breaths, what happens? We're not breathing deeply to try and push something away or even to change it, but very often it does change. So we're just allowing ourselves to notice if there is a change, what is it? Making that conscious. Good. Now we add that ocean sound, the hissing sound, the back of the throat, that's ujjayi. And this slows the breath down even more. So the breath is really slow, deep, rhythmic, and conscious. So we're going to try and maintain that deep breathing. Let's exhale into our tabletop. We'll begin warming up the spine with the cat-cow. So inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, crown of the head up. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round the back, crown of the head down. So I don't know about you, and I don't know if you can hear it, but the first few times there's a lot of cracking going on in my spine and my neck, other parts of my body. So this is part of the reason we do this, that kind of cracking. This is the release of fixation that is there in our joints. So we're releasing that fixation. Let's come back to neutral with the knees touching. We'll take a nice deep breath. We drop the hips to the right with an exhale. Inhale through center, exhale to the other side. Again, I don't know if you could hear that, but there was a crack there in my spine. So when we sleep, when we sit, when we're inactive, the joints very often are, you might say, stiffening up, and those fixations are being created. When we move, it can release fixations. Sometimes movement isn't enough and we need body work. We need like a chiropractor to actually release something. Good, let's come back to neutral now. Knees apart, hands together, and we inhale, right arm out to the right, exhale down, other side. So the good news is if we move like we do in this class and the yin class, we're less likely to need the chiropractor because the movement itself is very therapeutic. It helps keep the joints moving. Doesn't mean you won't need to go to the chiropractor. And sometimes when you do yoga, your body awareness is greater than those that don't. And so you might actually find yourself going to the chiropractor more. And the reason for that is because you actually know what your body feeling good actually feels like. So you might actually be a little more sensitive than most people to when you're out of alignment. Okay, let's come back to neutral. And we'll tuck those toes, lift the hips, coming into our first down dog. Just stretching things out, coming into your full expression of the down dog. Again, fingers wide, hands shoulder width, chest toward the toes, feet hip distance, and heels toward the ground, directly behind the toes. So again, just reminding you about that. How do we feel in this shape? I think in most shapes, there will be certain things that we might enjoy about it, and there might be certain things that we don't. Some things might be challenging. It doesn't matter how long, what the pose is. If we hold it long enough, generally we will find challenges in being present in that shape. It doesn't matter what shape it is. This is especially true of the more active practice. So yin yoga, yeah, we can lay there for 5 minutes. It's not too hard because we're relaxed. Here, most of us, already you may be struggling. So again, just allowing yourself to witness and feel the struggle if it's there. With our exhale, let's walk our feet to the hands. We come into a ragdoll. And you can grab the opposite elbow. Again, just gentle movements like nodding or shaking the head, swaying the hips, bending the knees. These are all things that you can try. And then with arms relaxed, we'll inhale and we gradually roll up to standing, stacking ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels. All right, so let's do some sun salutations, feet touching. We inhale, arms up, touch palms and lift the heart. And exhale to a forward fold. Bend the knees if necessary and try and get those palms flat. So you inhale, coming to the fingertips or taking hands to shins. And as you exhale, planting the hands and stepping to the top of a push-up for plank pose. Okay, ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels are all aligned. And let's drop our knees for the first push-up. We exhale, come down halfway, elbows hug the ribs. Take a breath there. Difficult position to hold. Even for me, it's definitely difficult. My arms are shaking. Exhale, come the rest of the way down. Bring the legs together for cobra. And inhale, lifting up, head, neck, chest. Okay, we're going to keep the hips down for now. Exhale, lower back down, press back to tabletop, and then to down dog, and let's breathe. So the most important thing in yoga is awareness. We can't do anything right or correct our mistakes if we aren't aware of them. So awareness is the first step in correcting any kind of problem. Okay, let's inhale to the toes. We exhale to the front edge of the mat. Inhale up to our standing back bend. And then grabbing the right wrist, we exhale to our side stretch. Just gentle this first time. Inhale through center, exhale gently, stretching the left waist and ribs. Inhale center, and exhale to forward fold. We inhale to the half lift, and again, exhale to the top of our push-up. As you all know, knees up or down is your choice. Take a deep breath and make sure you bend those arms deeply if you keep your knees up. It's very important. Inhale, straightening the arms and legs for up dog. You may not be able to see it, but my knees are off the ground. And then as we exhale, we pull both feet in at the same time. That helps us avoid creating uneven stresses on what's called the SI joint, sacroiliac joint. Okay, from here we inhale to the toes and exhale front edge of the mat. Inhale to our standing back bend. Exhale to our side stretch. We can go a little deeper now. Inhale center. Exhale as we warm up. Inhale center, exhale chair pose. So as you all know, this is one very often where immediately resistance enters into the equation from inside. So if you're feeling resistance, I want you to try and pinpoint where it is, what it is. Is it a mental story that you hate this posture and it doesn't feel good? See if you can put any kind of story, any kind of analysis aside and just really be present in the experience. So what are you feeling? I'm feeling definitely something in my thighs, so kind of like a burning, and it makes me feel really hot. Just all around, I feel my face is flush. And again, it's not a pleasant experience. So this is not something I would do to relax, okay? And so this is where many of us will find that resistance coming in because it's an intense experience. If we're not conscious, we internally resist the experience. Okay, let's inhale back up to our standing back bend. We exhale to a forward fold. Inhaling to half lift. And this time, if we can, we exhale right to the bottom of a push-up. Inhaling to the up dog. And if you can, do a push-up on your way back to down dog. So again, if you are not good with push-ups, try dropping the knees, but try and do the push-ups if you can. You'll see me skipping them, and that's because I've learned that I can't talk and teach and do all the push-ups. But if I wasn't talking and teaching, I would do every single push-up in the class. I might have to drop my knees from time to time, but I would do them. Upper body strength is important for health. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, it's important. And you don't want to wait till you're 60 or 70 and find out you have osteopenia or osteoporosis and then try and strengthen your upper body. Do it now. Keep your strength. Keep your bone density. Okay, feet touch. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, the knee toward your belly, out to the right and back behind. Big circles, as big as you can make them. Notice my knee is bent. Do a few in each direction. So again, like you're drawing circles in the air. And then exhale as you lunge. Okay. And then from here, we come into the low lunge. So the hips are as far forward and down as they can go. The heel is under the knee. Okay. And the foot and knee point straight ahead. That's the basic alignment. Now we're just going to add a gentle twist to this. So inhale that right arm up, twisting the spine, and exhale down. Let's do 4 more of those. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. Notice what you feel. And 1 more time. Just twisting that spine a bit. Good. From there, we'll go ahead and do a vinyasa, or you can go straight back to down dog. Again, I won't say nobody. Most people don't like push-ups. It's not a good reason to skip them. Okay, we're not doing any of this because we like it necessarily. It's because it is good for us. Okay, feet touch. Inhale, left leg. Exhale the knee toward the belly, out to the left and back behind. Big circles. Again, that's just articulating that hip joint. And then from there, we can exhale into our lunge. All right, let's make sure the hips are in the right position. So again, forward and down, pretty much as far as they'll go. The heel under the knee, foot and knee pointing straight ahead. So you'll see me move my hand in slightly, just so that it's underneath my sternum. And then again, I inhale, sweep that arm up, and exhale it down. Big circles. It's 2. 3. 4. And 5. Beautiful. From there, we can take our vinyasa back to the downward dog. Okay, beautiful. So take a look at core work, another very important thing for health. Inhale to the toes, exhale to a seat. And we'll take a look at the boat pose. I think it's been a while since we've done this one. So we're going to start very basic, feet on the ground. The knees are more or less at a 90-degree angle. And then we'll take our hands behind us and create another 90-degree angle. So it's like I have a little thunderbolt or a Z-type shape here. Okay, this is our easiest and most basic version. As many of you have heard me say in the past, the key is not to round the back. Okay, so I'm lifting up here. Now, if your tailbone hurts, go ahead and grab a blanket, place it underneath there, add a little bit of support. Okay, now if you're ready for more, keep this lifting up. So imagine there's like a string attached there. It's lifting up, and you take your hands and hold here. So again, if you moved like this and you collapsed, then maybe you keep the hands behind you for now. Okay, but hopefully this is okay, still lifting up. All right, and then from there you can even lift your arms. So even though this is the basic boat shape, it's still very challenging. Now, it's not challenging if I do this. This is easy. I can do this all day. So it's this combination of lifting here and lowering my shoulders. That's what creates the challenge. You want to feel it. And again, I feel that heat building. In yoga, that's called tapas. It's something we want. This is one of the reasons why we do hot yoga. We want to sweat. We want to burn away the impurities. Okay, so let that heat build. All right, inhale, sit up. Exhale, rolling forward, making your way to the bottom, or back to your downward dog, rather. Okay, from here we inhale to the toes, we exhale front edge of the mat. Let's inhale up to our standing back bend, and as we exhale, we take the chair pose and open up into a twist, okay? So reaching fingertips forward and back, arms go parallel with the ground, gaze back over the right thumb, okay? The hips are still facing forward as much as possible. Inhale back to standing back bend, and exhale, twisting the other way. So you're gonna have to try and draw that left hip forward and that left shoulder back. So it's kind of like you're moving in two different directions at the same time. Good, let's inhale back to standing back bend. We exhale to forward fold. Inhale half lift and exhale bottom of your push-up. I am gonna skip this one because I'm already a little bit out of breath. Okay, from here, feet touch. We inhale, right leg up and back, three-legged dog pose. So this is one we do a lot. Foot is flexed, toes, knee, and hip point down. Right hip level with the left, okay? I teach this in person all the time. I see people doing this. I see people doing that. See people doing this, okay? So again, awareness. See if you can get that leg straight, lifted, pointing down. All right, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, go ahead and lunge. Inhale to the low lunge, the full expression of the pose. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart and take the elbow over the knee, okay? So now we're getting a little bit of leverage. We're using those arms to crank us a little deeper into that twist. Notice my palms are directly between the elbows. That gives me a lot of leverage. I'm pushing that right shoulder back and I'm looking up. The direction you look in matters. Okay, you tend to go deeper as you look back. If I look down, I'm going to tend to move down instead of back with that shoulder. Good. Let's inhale back to our low lunge, and we exhale bottom of our push-up, making our way to down dog. Other side, feet touch. We inhale that left leg up and back, three-legged dog. First thing again, awareness. I can't adjust my leg and fix it if I don't know it's bent. I can't lower my left hip if I don't know it's raised up. So try and look or feel, get some feedback. See if your body is where you think it is in space. Let's take a deep breath. We exhale and we lunge. Inhale to our low lunge and exhale as we take a nice deep twist. I am definitely feeling this in my body, okay? So it's quite intense. There's definitely some stiffness in my torso. Again, I'm just kind of reporting on what I feel to hopefully help you gain awareness of the types of things I want you to start noticing. I also feel my breath is more labored in this position. Good. Let's take a deep breath in, and we exhale bottom of the push-up, making our way to downward dog. From down dog, let's inhale to those toes, and we exhale to a seat. And then from here, let's take another look at our boat pose, okay? So the way that we take it a step further, again, we can start here, is lifting the shin bones parallel with the ground, okay? Now again, I want to try and lower back as much as I can without dropping my solar plexus. So again, it's like there's a string lifting me up here. Now again, I can change the intensity with the arms. So grabbing here is one option, and then extending the arms parallel with the ground is another option. Again, there should be a fire to this posture, an intensity to it. See if you can cultivate the intensity and allow it to be there. Again, I would never relax in this position. It's not a relaxing position, but we're trying to learn to relax in situations that are not relaxing. It's one of the things that yoga is trying to teach us. Good, deep breath in, exhale, bottom of the push-up as we make our way back to down dog. Okay, from here, inhale toes, exhale, front edge of the mat. Inhale to the standing back bend, and we exhale, twisting open to the right. Inhale, so we go through a little flow here. Exhale to the left. Inhale back up, and then this time exhale a little deeper with the elbow over the knee. So similar to what we did in our lunge, except now there's a little bit of balance involved, right? Our legs are working a little harder here. What's the breath doing? Good. Let's inhale back up, and we exhale to the other side. Same thing here. Good. Inhale, standing back bend, let it go completely. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift, or maybe Bakasana, crow pose. Again, great posture for creating intensity in the practice. Fire, tapas. And exhale, bottom of the push-up. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, push-up on your way to down dog. Okay, let's go ahead and bring our feet to touch here. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to right arm. Just touch it there. Take a breath. Try and relax. Inhale, leg lifts. Exhale. Again, the intention is to intentionally come into a position that's not relaxing. And then learning to mentally, psychologically relax. The body is going to be tense because it's working. Good. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. Now, step the back foot in and straighten both legs. Okay? Good. Let's inhale back up. Hands to hips. Now, square the hips off. So left hip forward, right hip back. If you had two headlights, they would be pointing straight ahead. Okay? Both heels are on the ground. The front foot is intersecting the back foot at the heel or the arch. Both legs are straight. If you are able, inhale the hands up between the shoulder blades, palms together, or as close as you can get. If you cannot, and cross the right thumb over the left thumb. If you cannot do that, just grab right wrist on top of left wrist. You can also grab the elbows, okay? Take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, hinge from the hips. It's called Parsvottanasana. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend the knee. Exhale, both hands to the ground. Bottom of your push-up, making your way to down dog. Okay, side two. Feet touch. We inhale left leg up and back, and exhale, touch the knee to the arm. Take a breath, relax. Good. Inhale, lift that leg. Exhale to the center, relax. Inhale, lift. Exhale, opposite arm as high as you can. Good. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. Step the back foot in. Ground the heel. Straighten the legs. And then inhale up. We're coming up so we can really get the alignment down. And then the next time around, we won't be coming up. We'll just be creating the legs from down there, okay? So let's square off those hips, ground those heels, straighten those legs. And then if possible, inhale, hands up between the shoulder blades or as close as we can get. Left thumb over right. Take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, hinge from the hips. And this is Parsvottanasana.
Good. Inhale and exhale, bottom of your push-up. All right, let's inhale to our toes. We're going to exhale to a seat. And you can do either of the boat variations that we've learned, or you can do the full expression of the boat, which looks more or less like this. Okay, again, I have about a 45-degree angle here. My sternum is lifting up. My back is pretty straight, right? If I pull on my shirt, you can see I'm not rounding my back. It's pretty straight there. And this is not an easy position to hold. I don't know if you can see on camera. My body is quivering, it's shaking. So it's definitely fatiguing my muscles, working my nervous system. But internally, I'm creating a sense of calmness. My breath is deep, it's slow. Hopefully my breath or my voice you can hear is calm, okay? All right, deep breath in. We're going to exhale, roll forward, bottom of the push-up, and make our way to down dog. This is one of the major differences between yoga, as I was taught anyway, and a Western style workout. In a Western workout, it's fine to get out of breath. It's fine to collapse and fatigue. In yoga, generally, we're trying to avoid that. We want to find an edge. We want to be right on the verge of going there, but we don't want to go over that, okay? Okay, from here, let's inhale to the toes. We're going to exhale, front edge of the mat. We do our little flow. So inhale up to standing. We exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, and exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, exhale, twist deeper to the right. Okay, inhale, open the arms. And let's all try this carefully. Keep the arm in contact with the leg, but bring your hands to the ground, shoulder width, elbows bent, gaze forward, okay? And then very slowly see if you can shift weight off of the feet and onto the arms. Now, if you're not able to do that, one workaround is bring this elbow to the hip. So now you have 2 points of contact, okay? And that looks like this. So you can try that. That helps many people. It's a deeper twist, but it requires less core and shoulder arm strength. Let's try the other side. Inhale to standing back bend. We exhale, we twist over to the other side. Okay, inhale, open those arms. And very slowly. Now this might be it for you, and that's fine, okay? Just so you can get your hands to the ground, keeping contact of the knee with the arm. Looking up, you see if you can shift the weight off of the feet onto the arms. So you may hear it in my voice, the way it's starting to quiver, and I'm starting to get out of breath. So again, ideally, I'm talking, I'm teaching. Teaching is not doing. So if I were doing my practice, my intention would be to avoid that. So I would be going slowly enough and breathing deeply enough that that doesn't happen. That would be my intention, okay? Okay, let's inhale back up. Standing back bend, exhale, forward fold. Inhale to the half lift, and we exhale, making our way back to down dog. Again, I am going to skip that push-up because I'm already out of breath. Okay, with our feet touching, let's inhale the right leg up and back. As we exhale, we take that knee to the arm. Inhale. And exhale to the center. Inhale. Exhale to the opposite arm. Kick it out. Drop the back here. And inhale, this is fallen triangle. Again, if that's a little too much, you drop that bottom knee to help stabilize you there, just like a side plank. Okay, let's exhale that hand down. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. We step that back foot in. So we want those same legs as Parsvottanasana. So legs are straight. Left hip forward, right hip back. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, plant that left hand under the sternum, and then inhale the right arm up into the rotated triangle pose. Okay. Some people need a block under the hand, so if you do, please go ahead and use the block. Looking up again, rolling that shoulder back, trying to lengthen that left side and open the chest to the wall. Good. Let's exhale that hand down, bottom of the push-up, as we make our way to down dog. Okay, side two. So feet touch. We inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left arm. Good. Inhale. Exhale to the center. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm. Kick it out. And inhale, fallen triangle. So really lifting up, opening up the chest. The arm can go way back. Good. Exhale the hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. Step the back foot in. Okay, square those hips, straighten those legs, ground those heels. Inhale, extend through the crown. Exhale, plant that right hand. Inhale the left arm up to rotated triangle. So again, keep working the posture, keep drawing that left hip back and right hip forward, that left shoulder back, looking up and back, lengthening the side, opening the chest. Good. Exhale that hand down, bottom of the push-up, making your way back to downward dog. All right, beautiful work. From here, let's inhale to the toes. We're going to exhale to a seat. You can do any of the boats that we've learned already, okay? So if you can, do the full boat. And then from here, we'll come to a low boat. So we'll inhale and gradually lower down, still trying to lift that solar plexus, okay? So I'm not laying on the ground. It might look like it, but I don't know if you see my shirt. Now you'll see my back is no longer straight. I just can't straighten it at this point. You might also see again, my body is shaking, okay? So again, it's very intense. Good. Inhale back up and exhale. Roll forward, bottom of the push-up as you make your way to down dog. So again, these practices are not about trying to avoid intensity, not about trying to do what is necessarily easy for us. Okay, from here we inhale to the toes, exhale front edge of the mat. Let's inhale back up to our standing back bend, and we exhale, twist to the right. Again, we've done this quite a few times already. We'll do it a few times more. Inhale, exhale, twisting a little deeper. Now, repetition is really important, guys, okay? So, if you could not do the side crow, let's try that again. Okay, so hands to the ground, looking forward, try and slowly shift the weight. If you could, try straightening the legs this time. This is called Eka Pada Koundinyasana. Legs are together. Okay, very challenging arm balance. Most people try and straighten the legs and bring them apart. That's a different pose, and we'll do that in a moment. But see if you can, again, not modify, not make it easier, not make it what you like. Doing the pose as it's intended, okay? A lot of us in this culture are bad at that. We always think that it's about what we want, what we like, what we enjoy, what we're good at. We just try and make everything about that. There's a place for that and there's a time for that, but this isn't it. Okay, let's inhale back up and we exhale the other side. There's really a lot of benefit in learning discipline, in learning to do things that are challenging or difficult, learning to do things that we don't like. Okay, So it's not always about what we want, what we enjoy, what we're good at. Like I said, there is a place for that, a time and a place for that. But there's also a time and a place to do things that are difficult, challenging, not easy for us. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bottom of the push-up. Okay, from here, we bring feet to touch. Inhale, right leg. Exhale to the arm. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm. Kick it out. Inhale, fallen triangle. And then exhale, hand and hips to the ground. Bend the knees. Bring your forearms down. Okay, this is the auspicious twist. You can stay here or to go further. Left shoulder to the ground, palm up, right palm to left palm. Very intense twist. I'm feeling it in my midsection, in my waist. It's pulling on those muscles between the rib cage and the pelvis. Definitely affecting my breathing. Okay. Let's bring the hands back to the ground. Straighten out our legs. Inhale back to fallen triangle. Exhale the hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. And then inhale, rotated triangle, right, which we already learned. Exhale the hand down. Inhale, lift the back leg, reach the crown of the head away from the heel. Notice my foot is flexed. So this is just like three-legged dog pose, this leg, okay? Foot is flexed, toe, knee, and hip are pointing down. Now exhale, plant the left hand under the shoulder, and then inhale that right arm up. So this is a rotated balancing half moon pose. Quite challenging, especially to hold it. Again, I feel a lot of sensation in my right hip and leg, so it's fatiguing, it's shaking, very intense. Good, exhale, bottom to push-up. So one of the things I don't want you to think is that because I'm the teacher or I've been doing this a long time that these postures are easy for me. They are not. I feel a lot of sensation when I do them. They are quite challenging, even if on the outside it looks easy. It's not. Okay, feet touch. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, left knee, left arm. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm. Good. Kick it out. Inhale, fallen triangle. And then exhale to auspicious twist. So nice, deep twist. Good. I tell you, I could stay there all day. I feel so much tension. I could just do that like a yin posture, just let that tension release, but we don't have that. So we'll inhale that arm up, exhale it down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, rotated triangle. Exhale the hand down. Inhale, lift the leg, crown of the head away from the heel. Exhale, plant that hand, and inhale, left arm up. Rotated balancing half moon, again intense. So whenever we're feeling something intense, it's a good idea to notice the breath, because the breath will often speed up, or we might hold our breath. So consciously breathing slowly and deeply when we're experiencing intensity, getting in that habit. Good. Exhale, bottom of the push-up as we make our way to down dog. Okay, inhale to the toes and exhale to a seat. Again, don't feel that you need to do the hardest variation if that's beyond your edge. If you start to hyperventilate, if you start holding your breath, if you start clenching your jaw, Maybe too much today. So again, you can do any of these variations of the boat. If you want to go a little further, we're going to lower down to the low boat, interlace our fingers, create a little pointer. Take a deep breath, exhale, twisting one way, inhale center, exhale, twisting the other way. So when we add that movement, it creates a different kind of challenge with the posture. Good. Let's inhale back up and exhale bottom of the push-up as we make our way to down dog. Okay, one last posture and then we will begin cooling down and unwinding, okay? So inhale to those toes, we're gonna exhale front edge of the mat. Inhale to our standing back bend and we'll do our little flow that we've done several times. Again, each time we repeat something, it gives our body the opportunity to learn, to adapt, to go a little deeper. So again, for some of you, this might be your third attempt at the crow pose. Awesome. Practice makes progress. This might be your second attempt with this, Dvipada. And then if you'd like, you can take that top leg back, and this is called Eka Pada Koundinyasana, second variation. It actually may be a little easier than the one with the legs together, so feel free to try it even if you weren't able to do that second arm balance. You might actually find this a little easier. Many people do. Okay, let's try the other side. Remember, what's important is not that we'd be able to do this stuff. Some of you may never be able to do these postures. That's not what's important. When we try, it creates adaptations in our body, even down on the cellular level. This is one of the things that we're learning with epigenetics, is that when I do these things, it's actually changing the way that my genes express themselves. So when we get our ego involved and it looks for accomplishment, was I able to do it or not, we're missing the point that the benefit really comes from trying, not from actually being able to do the shape perfectly, okay? So please keep that in mind. Okay, let's make our way into a child pose. So my breath is definitely much faster than it was at the beginning. So I will consciously try and slow it down some. I'll continue doing that, but as I do, let's stretch our sides. So we extend those arms out on an inhale. And as we exhale, we're just going to walk the hands over to the left until we find a stretch in our right side. Let's inhale to center, and we'll exhale off to the other side. Same thing here. Good, let's inhale, come on back to center, exhale there. And then let's come forward onto our belly. Let's do a little bit of back bending here. So arms out at the sides, palms down, legs parallel behind. And then with the inhale, let's just lift everything up. Lift as high as you can. See if you can get your thighs completely off the ground. See if you can get your lowest ribs off the ground. Good, one more breath. Let's exhale, we'll come on down. Right hand over the left hand, forehead on the back of the hands. Just relax. Good, let's take things a little bit deeper, bringing the legs together. Hands alongside the chest, elbows in, fingers facing forward. Inhale, pressing into the hands for cobra. Again, let's keep those hips down. So we're just going to work the lumbar spine. We'll let all of it come from the spine. We're not going to let the hips take the back bend. Good. Exhale, come on down. Left hand over the right hand, forehead on the back of the hands. Just relax. Good. From there, let's press back, cross those ankles. Bring our legs out in front of us. Bending the right knee, we bring that foot in, cross it over the left leg. This leg can remain straight, but if it feels okay, bring the foot back alongside the hip. Sitting tall, we inhale the right arm up, exhale that hand behind us. Inhale left arm up, exhale the elbow over the knee. Good. Inhale, come on back. Exhale. Other side, same thing. Sit tall. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. We inhale and come on back to center. Exhale as we extend those legs. So legs together, feet flexed. Sitting nice and tall. If you can't straighten your spine here, bend your knees until your spine can straighten. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Extend the exhale twice the length of the inhale. Good, arms with the ears. So inhale, we come on up. And then exhale, begin to roll back onto your back, nice and easy. Good, once you get there, draw those legs in, give them a nice squeeze. And you can try rocking a little bit. You can try circles. The idea is just to move in a way, again, that releases tension. So like the leg cradle that we do in yin, this is pretty much the same thing. And then Happy Baby. Happy Baby is just a little deeper. It's kind of the same idea, but you can get into a little bit of a deeper joint flexion. You can get into a deeper stretch for the muscles in your hips and your legs and your back. This really feels good on my back. It sort of, again, stretches that low back when I draw my knees down like that. You can also do things like this. Again, this stretches different parts of the spine. Okay, so take your time with that, but when you feel that you've sort of gotten everything that you can, you unwind into Shavasana, corpse pose, heels apart, palms up, head centered, chin tucked in slightly, eyes closed. As always, I recommend grabbing your phone, setting a timer for 6 minutes, and just waiting for that to go off before you get up and move. Just give your body some time to restore.